Today is actually Jeremy and my 19th wedding anniversary, and I realized that I don't have a plan for dinner for tonight. We're not gonna go out to eat because we actually have a large farm purchase coming up soon that I can't wait to share with you. And we're not gonna have a pantry challenge cheat day because our family has a Valentine's tradition that I know is gonna involve a trip to the grocery store to get what we need. I'm sure I can come up. I've got a couple ideas. While I go look around and try and figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight, why don't you watch some of the things that we've been eating this last week? Jeremy makes this really great skillet granola, and I used a little bit of my home canned peach jelly to flavor the plain yogurt, and we enjoyed that with granola. Today I pulled out some roasts from our quarter beef we ordered in the fall. When you order a quarter cow or half a cow or whole cow, you can specify package sizes of certain things. So like our ground beef comes in 3-pound packages instead of just 1-pound packages. And I thought that we had specified that we wanted 3 to 4 pound roasts. These roasts are both only 2 pounds, and so we're gonna need to cook 2 of them. We're going to have some frozen sweet corn that we grew in our garden this summer, and also enjoy some candied carrots. I cook these carrots up with a little bit of butter and water until they're soft, and then let the water boil off. And then I add some honey to make a little glaze, and then I add some dill. Dill is a really great flavor combination with carrots. For breakfast, we ate this chocolate babka that Jeremy made us. He had actually cooked it the night before, but we didn't have time to eat it. So normally we probably wouldn't eat something like this for breakfast. We did eat it with apple slices. Then Jeremy decided to use up the leftover roast beef by turning it into deviled roast beef. Tell us what's in it.
Okay, so there's green onions, the leftover roast beef, a pickle, and mayonnaise, and a touch of Worcestershire.
Tonight for dinner, we're gonna have a little bit of a Tex-Mex theme. We're gonna make some mini taquitos, just bean and cheese taquitos, and then this corn pudding. I cooked too much corn with our roast beef. The kids really don't like the creamed corn, so I'm gonna have to make a mental note for when we're freezing our corn next year. I'm trying to use it to make a casserole to use up that creamed corn. I'm gonna make some homemade lemon cheese to go with our taquitos. I was going to make queso fresco, but then I remembered that queso fresco doesn't melt at all, and I would like this to be a little melty. And then the beans that I froze last week are actually black beans. I'm gonna turn those into refried beans. That's not the most typical type of refried beans, and you'll hear a little bit later that my kids and the neighbors weren't super impressed with that idea. One of the simplest homemade dairy products that I've been having a lot of fun making is actually sour cream. And it's just so easy that it just makes it a lot of fun. It has just the right smell to it. It smells just like you would expect. So we're gonna use this sour cream tonight. So I'm gonna make some more sour cream. So all I do is take whatever is left in the jar right here, and I'm gonna add more cream to that. cream is a little bit chunky because I let the milk freeze on accident. Then I'll just leave it on the counter for a day or two until it has thickened up.
Never seen that.
Yeah, it's black refried beans. Refried beans are black beans.
Looks weird.
We served this dinner with some homemade sour cream and with some homemade salsa verde. For breakfast, Jeremy made us some homemade biscuits. One of my sons drove past KFC the other day and was like, I really wish I could have the rolls they have there. So I told him, your dad can make those for breakfast, just ask him. We served him with eggs to get a little bit of protein and start our morning out great. I almost didn't film this dinner, so I'm already in the middle of it because I feel like at this point, some of these pantry meals are rather unglamorous. But I decided in the end it was worth sharing. So basically what I did is I cooked up some ground pork from our freezer. I added the leftover butternut squash soup from last week. And it made a really great pasta sauce. And Jeremy said the pork flavor, had a real nice fall flavor with the squash soup to make the sauce. And then I used the rest of the homemade cheese to go in that pasta as well. My kids are just loving these canned peaches. We just open up one jar at a time, and everyone wishes that they could get more than a couple of slices at a time. For breakfast, I pulled out some of these frozen peaches that I'd prepared for peach cobblers. I've made a couple of these already. I did add flour to the peaches when I was freezing them, but it just doesn't thicken up enough for my liking, and so I'm adding some extra cornstarch. All right, here's the plan for tonight. My sister sent me a recipe for a cranberry cake, and I just so happen to have this bag of cranberries in the refrigerator, left over from the holidays. It's halfway towards being actually a bag of craisins, but it'll work for this cake recipe. And we will use homemade butter and flour from our storage to make this delicious cake. Then I thought it'd be fun to be fancy and make a plate of appetizers. So I'm going to use this hot pepper jelly that I made from the peach peppers that I grew this last summer, along with a little bit of cream cheese and some crackers from my storage. So cream cheese generally goes on sale around the holidays, and so it's good to stock up when the prices are at their lowest. Crackers can typically last as long as 6 months in your storage without going bad. We've got a lot of kids. We keep a lot of crackers in storage. And then for dinner, I've decided to make chicken and dumplings. Technically, it's going to be turkey and dumplings, and everyone is really going to love this meal, and it's a little bit special for anniversary night. I'll start by making a mirepoix with homegrown carrots and celery and onions, and I tend to go really heavy on the mirepoix. I just feel like getting more vegetables into my kids is the way to go. One of our turkeys that Jeremy processed, he cut up into pieces, and so I pulled out what I'm assuming is a turkey breast, but it's really huge. I don't think I'll use it all for the recipe tonight. And then I have some homemade turkey stock left over from last week. I like to make dumplings that are herbed a little bit to add some more flavor. I hope you enjoyed these ideas for pantry meals. Subscribe and come back next time and see the exciting new addition we are getting to our farm.
Everybody's gonna watch 7 minutes of you scooping jelly onto crackers.